It is said that godlike beings known as the Shapers set out to create this world in just 9 days. However, on the third day, they inexplicably vanished, leaving their work and the world itself incomplete. What caused the Shapers to abandon their creation is unknown, but the tools they used to make it were left behind, and these enormous devices now litter the landscape. They were once used to harness a force that is so powerful it could create everything from rock and water to life itself, a force known as the Anthem of Creation.
The gods vanished and left our world in chaos, creating, altering, destroying. The Anthem is all that remains.
How exactly the Anthem or the Shaper relics work is far beyond human understanding, and while these massive objects were once used in the creation of the world, they have since become unpredictable and destructive. The Anthem and the Shaper relics exist as both a benefit and a detriment to the inhabitants of this world. An active relic can alter the surrounding environment, transforming the Earth itself and mutating the local flora and fauna. Yet ironically, it's only by technologies salvaged from these relics that humanity survives. It allowed them to build the first javelins, which enabled them to fight back against the dangers that the relics themselves create.
For generations, our people struggled just to survive.
Heading out. Let's go!
The javelins allowed us to fight back the chaos. And the walls protected our families. But the Anthem still rages. And walls can only do so much.
Humanity has been here long enough for their origin to have passed from memory into myth, and everyone has their own opinion on where they came from, why they are here, and even on the existence of the Shapers. But one thing is clear, the human race is out of scale with the rest of this world. They are constantly dwarfed by the planet's other inhabitants, and for centuries lived at the mercy of the world around them, unable to overcome the chaos. However, that all changed with the Legion of Dawn.
In the beginning, we were slaves to the violent chaos of this world. But there was one among us who rose up to lead us out of darkness. The ones who followed became the Legion of Dawn and protected those who could not protect themselves.
Around 500 years ago, a woman by the name of Helena Tarsus envisioned something different for humanity, and with the help of an inventor named Vasa, they built the Javelin of Dawn, the original javelin, and then one for every other member of the Legion of Dawn. With these powerful tools at their disposal, Helena led the Legion to victory against many of the threats that plagued humanity, and offered her people a chance to live in peace for the first time. Under her watch, humans were able to build fortified settlements that could withstand the threats that roamed the surrounding wilderness. One of these cities became known as Fort Tarsus, named after the woman who made it all possible. Many tales exist about Helena Tarsus, and although she eventually sacrificed herself for the future of humanity, her legend lives on, and it's in her name that you, as a freelancer, will continue the fight and venture beyond the city's walls.
It is in her honor that we fight. And it is her legacy that will carry the day.
Although the Freelancers of today still venerate Helena, they have become a very different organisation to the Legion of Dawn. Firstly, they're not technically a military organisation at all, and operate entirely independently from the other human factions. This independence is very important to the freelancer ideology, and something they hold on to above all else. However, this has caused some groups to view them as an unreliable ragtag outfit rather than the heroic champions of humanity that they once were. But with that said, most factions within the city will eventually need to call upon the services of a freelancer for something, be it a rescue mission, collecting resources, or something a little more messy. Thanks to their javelins, the freelancers are able to venture beyond the city's walls, but they are never really alone out there. All freelancers are supported by ciphers while in the field, These are humans gifted with telepathic powers that allow them to communicate mentally over long distances, and every team is assigned at least one to provide information and analysis during expeditions.
Something is out there. It wants to destroy us all.
Today, humanity has the tools to defend itself, but they are still far from being truly safe. The Shaper relics that litter the world are by no means dormant. They continue to tap into echoes of the Anthem of creation and activate seemingly at random, often with destructive consequences. This could be anything from the creation of monstrous beasts to causing the ground to quake and rivers to flow backwards. No one really understands how the relics or the Anthem works, and while some good has come from them, such as the creation of the javelins, there is also great danger if their power ends up in the wrong hands. Unsurprisingly, this power has drawn the attention of foes that now threaten the future of humanity. One such example is an invading force known only as the Scars. This bizarre insectoid race arrived on the world via Shaper technology, and they seem to have some mysterious connection with it. Then there is the Dominion, a group of renegade humans from a northern kingdom who broke away from the rest of humanity long ago and seek to harness the power of the Anthem and turn it into a weapon. Their leader is a mysterious individual known as the Monitor, who believes the only way to survive is peace through force, and that humanity should be kept on a short leash. This desire to control and subjugate people flies in the face of everything the Freelancers believe in, and as a result, the two factions have been in conflict for generations.
It's just us and the Dominion now.
Good. It's a freelancer job. Always has been.
Ready, Javelin 1?
Ready when you are.
The world outside Fort Tarsus is full of threats, and if it isn't the Dominion or Scars, then it's probably some horrifyingly mutated beast spawned from a Shaper relic, or a colossal ash titan carving its way through the wilderness. This is a dangerous world, but thankfully, you have a safe haven to return to. Fort Tarsus has become a beacon of hope for humanity, and a place where they can finally move forward and develop the resources and technology they will need to survive in this incredibly hostile environment. The city itself is surrounded by a megastructure called the Wall, which shields humanity from the dangers of the outside world. Most people will spend their entire lives within the city and never travel beyond the Wall, leaving that work up to the Freelancers and the relative safety of their Javelin exosuits. Interestingly, the Javelins are the peak of human technology on the planet. They were reverse engineered from Shaper artifacts, however, the rest of their tech lagged behind, creating this strange melding of advanced and primitive tech within the city. There is no mass production in the world, and everything is painstakingly handmade. Resources are scarce, and the tech used to build javelins in particular is finite. Because of this, every javelin is afforded a certain level of reverence within the city, and are diligently taken care of as they are passed down from one generation to the next. As a freelancer, you are the tip of the spear, flying out to stop the Dominion, Scars, or whatever monstrous entity threatens Fort Tarsus. But you're not the only group protecting the city. The Sentinels, for example, uphold the law on the streets and serve as its primary defensive force. They too can trace their heritage back to the Legion of Dawn and use their own javelins, but they believe in justice and order above all else, and see themselves as the bulwark protecting the city from the most direct and imminent threats. Corvus is another organisation within Fort Tarsus, but while the Sentinels are out there for everyone to see, Corvus prefers to operate in the shadows with its extensive network of spies and agents. Their goal is to scout out threats and remove them without direct confrontation, and while they aren't above a little bit of sabotage or assassination, they prefer to contract out their messier work to third parties, like the Freelancers. Then there are the Arcanists, a group of scientist mystics who have dedicated themselves to researching the mysteries of the world, including the Shaper relics and even Anthem itself. Their tireless search for knowledge has been directly responsible for much of the technological advancement in the world, and they are the ones who handcraft each javelin. Today we have just scratched the surface on Anthem's lore to get you up to speed on everything you need to know, but there are many more mysteries and secrets to uncover, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future content. As always, this is James for Curse, saying thanks for watching, and enjoy the game.